And then I was okay, I need to get my shit together. I need to, if I want to do this for him and for me, I need to keep going. And then I remember for like the whole year, like I was just training alone, just like no one was there with me. And I remember like telling myself, it's going to pay off. At the end, it will pay off. Keep going, keep grinding alone, keep doing it. You believe it, no one else will believe. If you don't, that's it, it's over.
Welcome to Black Belt Beauty Radio, a podcast fueled by a passion to support your journey in developing your most beautiful and optimal performance in life. Each episode is driven with the intention to elevate your mind. When we elevate our mind, we elevate our life. So get ready. It's time to rise. What's up, people? Welcome back to Black Belt Beauty Radio. You guys, I am so psyched to drop this episode on you. You can't see it, but I have the hugest smile in my heart just thinking about it, because this conversation with my guest, Luka Galante, has absolutely been one of my most favorite conversations of 2018 on and off the podcast. And the reason for that is because I'm just such a fan of the person who discovers a passion in life, creates a vision for themselves with this passion, lofty visions, like things are not easy to actualize, but then embarks on a relentless pursuit to make it happen and sticks to the course, doesn't stop short, no matter how uncertain the path becomes. And that is Luka, and that is his story. So it's an absolute honor and pleasure to share him and his story with all of you. We actually recorded this in October, and I strategically waited for the holiday season to gift it to you guys because I feel like it's a true gift. It's so inspiring. So a bit about Luka. He's a b-boy from Brazil. And for those of you who don't know what a b-boy is or what that even means, so by literal definition, it means break boy. But don't call a b-boy a breakdancer because they're not the same. Breakdancing is very, it's a commercial term. It was actually coined by the media. So a b-boy is so far from commercial, very rootsy. There's actual like dance moves that you have to know how to do to be, kind of titled a b-boy. It's much more honorable than a breakdancer title. So fun fact for you. Aside from that, he is one of the incredible performers in the Cirque du Soleil Love Show, which is my favorite Cirque show. It's the Beatles show. I've seen it so many times, and I'm going to see it so many more times. I can't get enough of it. And, I really believe that after you guys take in this conversation, whether you've seen it or not, you're going to want to go out and see it, because now you're going to have this incredible journey that one of the performers had to go on, and all the things that he had to work through in order to get to this renowned stage. It's a really big deal. So, one more thing that I'm going to say before I hit play is that one thing that I really, really value about Luka and his process, his mental framework, is that, when you watch Luka perform, there's no denying that he has an innate talent in this space of dance. Like, it comes natural to him. But he doesn't just rest on that, he's not like, he does the work, the absolute necessary work. He trains every single day like a true champion, mind, body, spirit. He's doing the work every day. And, he's done that from the beginning, and, he's not done. He's actualized very big things in his life, and he has a lot more coming. And I really love that, because I believe to obtain excellence, that is a requirement. To reach our peak expression in life, that is a requirement. We need to be constantly curious about what better is like, in terms of our performance in life overall, and specifically to certain areas, right? So Luka is living that, and it makes him the perfect guest for this podcast, on top of the fact that he's just a rad human, man. He's got a very positive outlook on life, a very big heart, all of that makes him even more of an amazing guest to share with you guys. So I'm really excited, and I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. So don't hold back. Hit us up on Instagram, share this on your story, all that good stuff. You guys enjoy this beautiful conversation with my amazing, talented friend, Luka Galante. Luka, we're starting.
Awesome. Let's go. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here on a work day. Holy
yes, work
shit.
day. Work day.
Okay, so I want to maximize our time together to extract as much from you as I can. I've watched some videos on you that, you know, we've just did a podcast right now before we started our podcast, and which is so fun. But watching those videos, doing research on you was so fun. Isn't it funny when you're holding a microphone? Now it feels all fucking official.
Guys, I've never done this before. I've never done it. Yeah, it's my first time.
Oh no, you're gonna watch. Everyone's gonna want to do podcasts with you afterwards.
No, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I'm grateful. It's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, you're a high performer, man. You know, watching those videos, so you are a performer at Cirque du Soleil Love, the Beatles show, which I've seen twice. I don't remember the first time. It was several years ago, but you guys just redid the show recently, right?
Yes.
You've been there for how long now? 4 years?
4 years.
And how's that going?
It's been great.
Yeah.
It's been great. It's a really nice show. It's a good group. So yeah, it's been 4 years. It feels like yesterday. It feels like I got here yesterday.
Yeah.
Like and time flies, you know.
Yeah.
Totally. But yeah, it's been great. It's as you said, it's a special show, you know. It's not because
really
I work there.
Yeah.
I think I told you before, but
yeah,
it's special.
I've seen several Cirque du Soleil shows around Vegas, and they're all wonderful. They're I mean, the talent is next level. It's fucking amazing. But I mean, I have to say I am a Beatles fan, so that helps, you know. But there's something really, I feel the connection within your group, you know, of performers when I'm watching. So yeah, I believe you.
No, yeah, it's true.
You guys, you perform like twice a day, 5 days a week. You have a gnarly schedule.
Yes, it's twice a day, 10 shows a week.
10 shows a
So
week.
yeah, so right now we just switched the days off to
Okay.
Sunday and Monday.
Okay.
Before it used to be Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, still 10 shows a week.
How does that, like, how do you fucking do that, man? Because what you guys are doing, I mean, I know that, you know, training, anything that we train, we can become great at for the most part. But let's be real, like, this is not just you know, like you're running a track or picking up weights. I mean, you're doing incredible things with your body, some very like dangerous scenarios, and you're doing it the whole time live underneath so many eyes. Like there's that pressure too.
Yes.
So, and we're gonna go back to your childhood. I'm kind of reverse engineering right now a little bit. Actually, we're gonna go all over. I'm good at that.
You lead.
But yeah, how do you do it? You know, what does it look like for you training and?
With Cirque is like, I believe that all of us there, we're doing what we love. So I think that's the key to stay inspired and to stay like say healthy in a way, because like even if you don't work out before shows, let's say you're doing shows,
yeah.
and all these artists, they're high level,
yeah.
you know, in what they do. So I believe first of all is the passion, you know, the love. Like I love what I do. I love to be there. The environment, the training room, and all the people. So yeah, I guess first of all is the passion, and then later with time you gotta find a balance too, you know, because like let's say an example, when I got here I was like 20 years old and I was on fire.
From Brazil?
From Brazil, yeah. I'm from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Like I came here and I was on fire because it was like a dream come true. So like I'm here at Cirque du Soleil, wow, crazy.
Yeah.
Performing like for 3,000 people a night, let's say a show. So let's say we have like 5,000 people probably like watching at night.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then with time, like later you get more experience. You start to learn more about your body, because me as a b-boy, as a dancer before, I was only training and competing. But training and competition is one thing. When you're out there like doing 10 shows a week. Like we have the first show at 7, second show at 9:30. So like your brain and your body gets used to with time because you do that every day. But like in the beginning, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Because it's not only about, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm training. I do my sets and then I can rest.
Right.
Like it's showtime. You gotta go. People are watching you, and you gotta deliver.
Yeah.
You know. So that's yeah. I would say it's a lot of pressure, but right now where am I? Like now where I am with the show and with myself with the time thing that I told you, it's I feel home. Like when I'm on stage, I feel home. So I think that's how it is. That's how it goes.
So let's go back now. So you've been here for 4 years doing this. So you grew up in Sao Paulo?
Sao Paulo.
And what was that like, your childhood?
My childhood, first of all, I think with my dad wanted me to be a gymnast, like do gymnastics.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Gymnastics. So this was like when I was like 3-4 years old. We tried to find a spot, like so I could train. Our teacher we couldn't find, and as a kid I grew up like playing soccer. And then at the time my dad wanted to give me options, you know. And in Brazil, like soccer is like
it's everything.
It's everywhere, you know. So like I grew up with soccer, and then we tried gymnastics, but we couldn't find. And then we found capoeira, and that's when I
that was kind of
I started when I was 4 years old.
Okay.
So, but I was doing all these things like 4, and then from 4 to like 10, I was mixing things, you know, as a kid, just doing what I love, just playing, going to school, going to capoeira at night, and then playing soccer in the morning too, like afternoon.
Did you at that time or in that period what was your dream like growing up? You know, do you remember having something?
Honestly, I wanted to be a soccer player.
You wanted to be?
Yeah. But I also fell in love with capoeira.
Why?
First is like the knowledge from that I learned, and in a young age of like respect. Capoeira is like teaches you a lot of how to respect, you know.
Yeah.
And I started to. I always say that I was like a young old mind, like because I could catch things quickly, like so. Yeah, I did like the teachings like from my teacher. So capoeira brought me like respect, how to respect someone, you know.
Martial
like
arts, I think.
Yeah,
in
it's
general,
martial art in general. Like I see, like I never done any like MMA or stuff like that, but I believe that's the same like philosophy.
Yeah.
So to respect and to do things through hard work. So and then I start seeing it that I had this talent, I guess, like to get things quickly, like movements.
You realize that?
I realized that, when I was
age.
like 4 when I started. My first year was like a learning process, but and then I started to learn things that other kids they weren't doing it. Like my process was like quicker than the other kids. So like 5-year-old, I remember going like to the living room, step on on the sofa, trying to do backflip and stuff like that. I was like fearless, no fear at all.
That's
like,
amazing.
Starting doing these things, and then I started to discover how my body, like I was like, this is possible, like it's possible to do it. So and I got inspired by all these guys that I saw at capoeira, that they were older, and I started just learning and just being a kid around too at the same time. I think that's the key. That's why I think kids learn things really quick, you know, because they have their mind open.
Right.
They're not the fearless thing that I said. They don't have fear.
Right.
So it was me back then. No fear, just wanting to learn, and just living life.
That's amazing. Did you compete in capoeira, or is there competitions?
No, at the time it wasn't competition.
Okay.
I just had like we call like the cordas, you know, like the
like a belt.
Like a belt. Yeah, we have the black belt, like karate and stuff, jiu-jitsu. It's the same thing with capoeira. So I went through some of them, and
that's cool.
And yeah.
So how did dance come in after? Because it seems like So I was saying earlier that when I was thinking of you and researching you last night, I was like, for sure he had to have done capoeira. And almost like I can see it, you know, in your, and not that I'm so versed in it, but I am familiar with it, you know, so I kind of just put, and also Brazil, like I just put the fucking dots together. It made sense to me. So I wasn't surprised when you told me that. But I'm curious to what was that next step? So you did capoeira for 10 years, you said?
Like 11 years.
11 years.
Yes.
So what came after that?
So yeah, with the capoeira thing, start to grow, right? Like learning new things, being part of like big capoeira events and stuff. And then b-boying, like dance came later when I was like around like 12 to 13 years old. And then
was it big there in Brazil? Like, or is it super niche? You know, like, was it?
Honestly, at that time,
Yeah.
I don't remember being big. I don't remember being like a huge thing because I got inspired by videos that I saw.
Oh yeah, who was
So,
showing you the videos?
It's a story. So like when I was watching TV, and then I saw this announcement of a competition that I actually just did.
Yes.
So
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw this announcement, and the competition was like a world final competition. So they had all the best b-boys.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't understand what it was, so I just saw that on TV, and I related to capoeira because I saw all these guys like jumping one arm,
right,
doing like backflips, spinning on their head. So I was like, okay, wow, and this is great, and also like it's a thing, like you asked me about how I grew up. I grew up listening to a lot of music.
Oh yeah.
Like with my dad, and I had a lot of influence of like, how can we call like maybe love songs, like old school, like 90s or 80s.
It's good times.
And my dad was a DJ back then at school when he used to play like high school and stuff. So I grew up listening to let's say to hip hop and jazz, blues, and b-boy is all about the music too. So I was like, damn, they're dancing like with the music, like how it's like capoeira. They playing the bedding ball right there, and then I'm gonna express myself. And then I just fell in love, and I wanted to know more about it, what it was, and what it was, this competition that a guy is battling against. It relates to capoeira because I need a guy to play, you know.
Right.
So I was like, okay, let me know about it. So and then I just remember going to like a cyber cafe, like an internet cafe. I didn't have a computer at the time.
Yeah.
And then I just searched the name of the competition, and then I saw it on.
It's called Red Bull.
The Red Bull BC one.
So it's been around for a while.
It's been around there for a while. Wow. So yeah, and then I just saw it, and I was like, wow. It was like I just fell in love.
And you were 12.
I remember the same feeling. I was 13, 12. I was 12, almost 13.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just remember the same feeling that I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Doing my first capoeira class.
Yeah.
Was like when I saw like breaking for the first time.
This feels like a movie.
It is like a movie. And then I got inspired. I got inspired by many guys later. And then I started to search. I saw like, I understood more about some Brazilian b-boys at the time. That inspired me, that nowadays they are my crewmates. And it's crazy.
That's cool. So I think they were like the guys that you looked up to.
Yeah.
And now you guys are like a tribe.
Yeah. We call like tribe.
Yeah.
You could call a tribe, a crew.
Yeah.
And yeah, just start searching about it, and here we are.
How, like, take me to the first moment where you were, I don't know what that looks like where you were gonna dance, basically. Like, what was that like?
And it was funny because I started to implement b-boy stuff that I was, because I used this was the thing, how I started to learning things. Few movements that were very similar that I could add to breaking at the time. Okay. But and then I started to learn them at home by watching the videos, repeating videos. Like I bought like DVDs and stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to put like slow motion, or like trying to learn by myself. No one was helping me. And then at night I used to go to capoeira, and I was a kid, I didn't know much the difference, like 12 years old, but like I was inspired so much by breaking that I started to do movements while I was playing capoeira.
Okay.
So and then that's when like my teacher, my mentor, I call, like at the time, came to me. Marcelo, he came to me and he talked to me. I remember his words like, hey, Lucas, you are super talented. That I remember how he told me, you are super talented, but I see that now you have a new thing, you have a new passion, but you're bringing this passion into capoeira, and it's awesome, it's nice, but at the same time, it's like,
Right.
it's not the way it's supposed to be, you know.
Right.
And then I remember his words. It was like, I think you should follow I think you should follow like dancing. You think you should go for dancing, because I had it was really easy for me to do all these crazy moves that we call capoeira, the like those floreios we call.
Okay.
It's like the flips, all this stuff. So he saw that I had this talent, and then he told me, you should follow breaking, because that's what you like to do.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
right.
and then I remember, like, it was a decision for me at the time to decide what to do.
Right.
Should I stay with capoeira, or should I follow breaking? I don't know. I love capoeira, because at the time, now I know that I can combine both, but I'm older now.
Right.
When you're a kid, it's really hard to understand that.
Sure.
So I had to choose. It's like we call like the style. What style you want to go? Where you want to go?
Yeah.
What door? You cannot
Totally.
combine both.
Right.
So at the time,
So that was a hard decision.
it was a hard decision.
And then how did you decide? Like, what made you? Do you remember that point where you're like?
Because it was stronger. The feeling, the feeling for breaking and the culture itself, the history for me was stronger. It was hitting me like.
So
really strong.
it sounds like one thing that I love so much, and with so many people I talk to, and even in my own life, there's this thing where, you know, we all have this voice inside, right? And some people either don't know how to listen to it, or I think some people ignore it, or some people listen, right? And I think, like, the more that you are capable of hearing it and you listen, the stronger your connection with that voice is to guide you through your life, right? So it sounds like, to me, you know, in that moment, you have to check in with yourself, right? Make this big decision, and you listened, like you listened, but you already had the ability to hear that voice, that connection, which is so powerful.
Yeah, it's exactly how you're saying. It's like a voice that it was out there, and also him, Marcelo, my mentor, with the validation, and also because he was a capoeira teacher and telling me like that I should follow a different art.
Yeah.
It was a really powerful moment for me, and then my family was part of it, of course.
Yeah,
he talked with my mom, like, to explain the situation, and my mom knew. My parents knew, because I was so into dancing, like training at home and stuff. And
were you always dancing at home as a kid?
yeah, everywhere.
That's so cool. Do you have siblings, like brothers?
Yes, I have a sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's younger.
Does she like to dance?
She did capoeira with me.
Really?
Yeah, because I think we are like 4 years. I'm older than her, like 4
Okay.
years. So, and she was like tiny with me, and then practicing capoeira.
That's
And
dope.
now she's a dancer also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's rad.
She's an English teacher, and also
Really? Is she in
teaches
Brazil,
English. Yeah,
or-
she's back home.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So what's the first moment where you actually like stepped into the now I'm dancing, you know, b-boy action? Like when was that? It was obviously right after.
Yeah, right after that, I went to I met like some kids, actually my cousin, some friends at school. We were same school. They also like fell in love with dancing, so we all created our first group in school, because we inspired each other at that time, because at that time was my cousin also doing capoeira with me.
Okay.
And other friends knew about it. It's a small, Sao Paulo is huge, but like where I live is a small neighborhood.
Okay.
So you know like what the guy does,
Down
or
the street is
the
doing-
boy,
yeah,
yeah.
you're all connected.
So all my friends got inspired also, like a lot of friends. So we created this
must
crew
have been helpful.
at the time. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
helpful at the time, because my
That's
cousin
cool.
also was on that same spot. He's a bit older, but like at the time he's also, damn, I love b-boying, I love breaking too, and Lucas is following that.
Yeah.
Like and my connection with him as cousins was like super strong. We
Yeah.
grew up together, so and then we followed together. But he stayed practicing capoeira.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but
Oh,
I
wow.
decided to leave, because to
Okay.
me I felt was a stronger connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you obviously made a smart decision.
Yep.
So you're 13, now you're b-boying.
Get the friends, the first crew.
Yeah.
Practicing this in the school. Like when we had the break, we used to go like downstairs after class and just practice anywhere.
That's sick.
Practicing, helping each other.
What were the challenges that you faced in that period? Like, do you remember some of them?
First, because it was new to all of us, so as like the learning process with movements was a bit hard, but with things that we already knew, we started to practice and execute some stuff. But like later on, I needed to find people that has been doing that like for years, maybe that could teach me some new stuff, teach me like to the foundation, where it come from. Because at the time, as I said, it was just a passion,
right?
Just like I want to do that, like I want to be like, when you see someone that you really like, oh, I want to be a fighter, I want to do this, you just know that you want to be that, but you don't know how to get there.
Sure.
So and then I met other guys that they knew this spot by my neighborhood. It's like a cultural center that we call, that all these old school guys, they practice, and it was like 10-minute drive from my house. So with the school thing, with all my crew guys, I started to connect with people, and people tell me, oh, you should go there, there are people there that could help you. So and then I went there, and then I met some really, let's say, really important names from my area that they were like old school since like 90s or.
Okay.
And then they helped me a lot, and then that's where I fully started, like, this is what I want.
That's where you took off.
That's when I took off.
And when you took off, was there competition?
And then it's slowly starting to improve, and then maybe I think like the first year, the first year is it was more like a learning process of what it was and how to do certain things, and then later was the competition, going to my first competitions. And
what was that like, your first competition? Were you nervous?
I remember that I was nervous, but I remember that it brought the feeling of the capoeira events. So I wasn't too scared to go out there. Yeah, I was familiar with the capoeira, like people watching me, and it's a circle, because a b-boy, we have the ciphers. The ciphers is the circle that we dance. So when you're in a party, and then you see all these people dancing and people around there watching, it's a cipher.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
cool.
The
circle, the cipher.
Okay.
So and then I was like, whoa, it's similar.
Yeah.
So to me, like now it brings back the memory, like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
So it's connected. So the same feeling that I felt, it was the same feeling doing my first competition. So I was like, I'm home. And of course, you feel excited, you feel like anxious.
Yeah.
And it's normal. But
how did you do?
Actually, we lost in the final.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I wasn't alone. I was with my crew at the time.
Is it always like that, or is there like?
No, yeah. With breaking, we have many categories. We have like the crew ones that can be like 5 against 5.
Okay.
8 versus 8. 2 versus 2. 1-on-1 and
that's cool.
3-on-3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, wait. Okay, it's so exciting. I'm kind of visualizing being there in the cipher right now.
Yeah.
Were you proud of yourself after your first competition? Do you remember it very well?
Yeah. But I was like 14, 13 to 14. That was my first year, and then again, you just go out there.
Yeah,
you just want to go there, experience how it is, and go back to training.
So then, okay, so from 14, so how do we get to the point where you're potentially going to be coming to America, or how did that, like, what happened in between that zone? Yeah, there was obviously a lot, right?
Yeah, so it was a lot. It was a long road,
right? Like,
even though like so you're 24 years old, it's still young, a lot to see, a lot to experience. I was like, but like I've been through a lot.
You've lived a lot.
I've been through a lot in like a young age. It was just like from 14 to like, I came here when I was 20 to Vegas, right? So I moved when I was 20 years old. So before that, it was all about competition.
Okay.
All about competition, shows. I remember being very into acting.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
was just the art in general, you know?
Yeah.
And at that time, as a boy, like 14, 15, I was already like trying to create my own videos. I used to record myself with a
Okay.
camera, and then with my computer, like download all this editing software. So that's where I started to also like, oh, I can use all my b-boying videos, all my training videos, and create
Yeah,
a
content, basically.
content. Yeah. And this was when I was like 14, 15.
That's amazing.
And then competition, record, and then create all the promos for my crew, like
That's
starting
dope.
to editing videos and doing shows. And I start to meet more people that help me through the journey. If I say here, it's a lot of people, you know.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But they were very important for me and as an artist and as a human being, I say in general.
So you were totally supported on this path, basically.
Exactly.
Which is so great.
Yes. So that was my life. Like, and then got into the video stuff.
Yeah.
B-boy competition, going to school, right? Like in the morning, going to school. I remember being to one thing that my parents, they told me at the time was like, I think would be really important for you to learn English.
Oh, okay.
Would be really important
How
for
old
you.
were you?
It was when I was 14.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I went to school.
Yeah.
It was an outside thing. Like,
Okay.
yeah, so my life was basically about school in the morning. And my English school was Tuesday and Thursdays. So in the afternoon, I needed to go to English class. So
Because otherwise you were training.
otherwise, I
after
was
school?
training. When
Got it.
when I wasn't in school
Yeah.
or doing anything, it was 24/7 in my
Wow.
mind. Waking
Okay.
up, breaking. If at school, the breaking, like the food. Oh, let's let the break.
Yeah, you were
Practicing,
breaking.
breaking.
You were breaking during the break.
When I had a break, I was breaking. So
That's
yeah,
so
and this was my
cool.
life before Cirque, like
Okay.
competitions.
Yeah. Were you making money? Like, did you get a
And
job
then
doing it?
and then this is a different part. So when I finished high school,
Uh-huh.
that's of course it's a parent thing. You know, my mom was like always asking me like, what are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
you've been doing all of this. And I went to, when I was 16, I went to Europe, was my first trip. So I went Europe, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was going to traveling all these places outside of Brazil, in
Right.
Brazil, competing, but I wasn't seeing anything. I wasn't seeing any money. I wasn't
Yeah.
getting paid.
So you were in
for it.
Europe competing,
Because
but there wasn't
yeah,
really
I
any
was
money.
competing
Got
because
it.
basically for you to make money out of it, it was like winning the competition or
Right.
teaching but I wasn't thinking about teaching at that time. You
Yeah.
know, I was just thinking about competing and to be number one all the time. It's not easy.
Right.
I've lost many times with my crew alone. So, and then my mom told me, what do you want to do? Like, you don't think about anything else. You don't want to do a university. You don't want to. And then I remember just like, I always been very good at school. I was studying English. So I just like, and mom, I for now, honestly, I don't know. This is what I love. This is what I want to do.
And how was she? Was she supportive?
My parents, they always, especially my dad, but both of them always supported me in anything I wanted to do or where I wanted to go. They let me go. Always being super supportive, but it's just the fact that she wanted to know,
Yeah.
like what's going on with my son, like what's
What are you
next, what's his
thinking?
future,
Right.
what is going on through his mind.
Right.
And then I told her, I was really honest with her. I was like, Mom, right now I don't know. I just finished high school. Give me a break. This year I want to focus on my competition. And yeah, they let me do it. And then I start traveling more, doing other. I started to do more commercials. Like a friend of mine, he worked with publicity. So and then I started to get into that. Some tests, some screen tests. I did a few classes, like acting classes, and I just wanted to grow as an artist, you know, because I saw that b-boy wasn't only about moving your body and it was like it needs to have a meaning,
Right.
you know, behind. So I started to search for that meaning. What's my purpose? Like, why am I dancing? Why am I moving? Why am I doing this movement? What am I feeling? So I think that's why I got inspired by acting and things
So
other
that
things.
year after high school, you did a lot of inner work,
Yes.
right? To find
Yes.
like that purpose, like you're saying, that connection. And so, okay. I literally
Boy,
feel
good
like I'm in
part's
a
coming.
movie. Bring it. Because so upon going inside and searching for, like, do you remember something clicking? Do you remember, or what happened? Like
Things, I remember that from 15 to 20
yeah.
years old, I started to understand my mind more, because as I said, as a kid, you just go up there and do your thing, and you don't think about the future. Let's say you just do it because it's fun or because you like it. So from 15, like, I started to think about it, and all these conversations with my mom, and my mind started to process all these things, like, is this gonna be my career? Is this gonna be what I wanted to do, like, forever? What is it? But and then things started to happen naturally with me. Get invited to other stuff. I did a lot of TV programs back home. Like, I was on TV.
Cool.
Like not pretty much every weekend, but like once a month I was on TV with like dancing, doing something. And yeah, and then I just remember, like, just my mind I'm being very connected with myself, and that's what I really wanted. So I was like, there's nothing else. Nothing will stop me. I don't wanna do anything else. I don't think about anything else. This is my passion, honestly. And in my mind, I had already that concept of, like, I don't want to do anything just to make good money,
right,
or make money out of it. I want to do something that makes me complete. This makes me complete, like, as a human being. Like, it's my meditation. Like, when I dance or when I'm practicing, this is my craft, and I believe that's what I'm supposed to do. And at that time, this is what happened to me. This is the thought. This was the thought. Like, okay, this is it. There won't stop you.
So then you just kind of decided.
And I saw, everything was possible at that time for me, because I saw, like, oh, I've done this already, and I thought that I wouldn't do it. Like, just as I said, you don't think, and then you hear. And with Cirque Soleil was the same thing, because I never thought about Cirque Soleil, and then just like, hey, Cirque Soleil, come in. So it's the power.
That's
it's
so cool.
I think when you do something it's natural. When it's like, when there's passion in it, things just flows like water. Bruce Lee,
Oh,
Bruce Lee says that.
Wait, stop right now. That's my soulmate. That's who I call my soulmate.
Yeah, that's
I
Bruce Lee.
understand that human, like, he's the one that, I love this question. I ask myself, like, if you could have dinner with anyone who's not alive or even alive, like, who would that be? And it would be him.
Bruce Lee.
I just understand him, and it's not like he's my teacher. I talk about it a lot on the podcast. It's just, do you remember the Lost Files, the interview, the black and white interview?
Yes, of course.
And he's like dropping the deepest shit.
Yeah.
And the guy would piss me off so much, but I understand,
because it makes you think.
Well, the guy couldn't even fucking deal with it. He would just be like, no. And I'm like, do you understand that the earth just shook by what he fucking said right now? I guess you don't, because, to be honest, most people, they can't. They're not on the level.
Yeah.
And this is not me being mean or like someone's better than the other. It's just, obviously, Bruce was a highly self-connected individual. And I think that's where you can connect with him, and that's where I can. I'm highly connected to myself. Like, I have chills when I say it to you.
Yes. Yeah.
So, his words, they resonate. That's a beautiful tattoo.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so that was the empty.
I almost wore my Bruce Lee t-shirt that's hanging in there too
for
this
my
podcast.
gosh.
That would have been extra cool.
Oh, I was like, no way, this is meant to be. This is meant to be. But yeah, that time was exactly the empty your mind.
Empty your mind.
Yeah. I was being formless,
Fuck
shapeless.
Yeah.
This was me. I did from my 15 to 20. I was like, I just want to be formless and do what I just be empty and do what I love.
Damn.
And then that's the key, I believe.
Yeah.
That was, people ask me, especially coming from Brazil, where I come from, and a lot of people, and through my series too,
Your
People.
series is called, say again?
Yeah, it's the break is hunger.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it all in the show notes. I loved it.
Exactly.
I loved watching so much.
So you can tell. Like, thanks for watching. Thanks,
Yeah,
first of
of
all, thanks for
course.
watching. And I say, like, that's why I told you about the video before, about the editing stuff, because
Yeah.
you see where I am now with everything that I wanted to do. I'm doing it. So and that's the beauty out of it, because I wanted to do it. So I don't think about, like, oh, this is gonna bring me money.
Right.
The money will come. It's a
Yes.
consequence.
Totally. It's
But
a
like,
consequence.
like
That's beautiful.
I don't want to be. I didn't want to be in an office. This is me, with all the respect to who's. I just didn't want it to be. This was me, my way.
Right.
I just wanted to do my thing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's. Were you scared? Like,
So yeah, at times, especially when you start to get older, like
Yeah.
after like 18 to 19 out
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
hitting, I was like, I'm almost 20.
Right.
What am I?
So
what
cute.
what am I doing?
Right.
Wh-
Well,
wh-
what did you do to your mind? Like, when you felt nervous or scared or unsure,
Yes.
you know, what was the dialogue in your mind? Like, how did you maneuver through it to keep going?
I think one of the things that helped me at the time was, like, after all these boys, like the crew that I had, and other kids that I connected with, I had a big mentor that his name was Cocada Mauricio.
I saw his name a lot in your videos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Cocada was like a guy that opened my mind. Like, when I started traveling internationally, was with him, and he was old. He was like 34 years old at the time, and I was like 16, 15.
Yeah.
And then I met him, and then he teach me a lot, and he ended up, passing away.
Okay, yeah.
But everything, like, before Cirque, all the things, the big things that I've done, we were together,
Right.
So I learned a lot from him. And when he passed away, I was like, okay. And then that's where I felt lost. Like, I was like, my family knew him. He was like a family to me, like my dad, let's say, my big brother.
Yeah.
And then he passed away, and I was like, okay. And I saw all these kids from the crew at the time, like, not being motivated anymore, and I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I cannot feel this way, but like a big part of me just went away.
Yeah.
Like, he went away. Like, he was my everyday, like, partner.
Yeah, he
Like,
was so. You
yeah.
were so. Your whole process was so connected to him, and now he's gone.
Yes, and many other people that are related like that, but like him, at the
a
time,
special
yeah, it
day.
was really special. Yeah, just his things that I learned from him. Then he went away. I felt lost, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
He was like the leader of the crew, so he was like getting us jobs. He was like
Like your
just
agent?
like
Yeah.
a manager, but he was also dancing like an agent.
Yeah.
And then I was okay. I need to get my shit together. I need to, if I want to do this for him and for me, I need to keep going. And then I remember for like the whole year, like I was just training alone, just like no one was there with me. And I remember like telling myself, it's gonna pay off. At the end, it will pay off. Keep going, keep grinding alone, keep doing it. You believe it, no one else will believe. If you don't, that's it, it's over.
Like, where does that come from? I relate to that. Like, where does that even fucking come? Because obviously, sorry to stop you for a second, but I just want to capture it because I think it's valuable to put out there. It's almost like you're in this big, huge, you're in the middle of the ocean. You can't see the land. You don't even know which way. You just know that you can, you want to, and you will, right? But there's no guarantees. It's very uncertain, and it's fucking scary. So, like, where do you think that part came from? I mean, it sounds like you had extra motivation, too. Like, he passed, and now you're doing it for even more than just you. It sounded like, from what you
Yes.
said, right?
Correct. What can I tell you is like, I don't know what people, their beliefs or what we all different, right? So we, at the time, like I grew up more like in a spiritual level now. I grew up like Catholic, like,
Yeah.
but like I started to grow up and seeing things and all this, how people, they have different opinions and stuff. So I wasn't that connected anymore with going to church and stuff like that. Like I was just going because like, oh, there's a God or something, you know, like that. People believe, you know, and I believe, but like I was like at the time I was like I start to have these thoughts by myself, like I don't need to be inside of a church or anything to just like feel what I'm feeling.
Have a connection.
Yeah, to have a connection, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I remember like all this journey, and then I start to have these thoughts, and then that's when I believe that something higher was like touching me as a human being. So when he passed away, and before that, I always had my beliefs about like God and what he wanted me to do, my goal in life. I just knew that I just wanted to inspire people. This was a very young age. I knew that I wanted to inspire people, and then when he passed away, Kokada passed away, I was like, man, like I don't know, like this is how it's supposed to be. And now I think that all these stories and things that I've been through, in the future, people's gonna relate to that, and I gotta keep moving forward. And then I remember talking and talking with God and asking him like to give me strength, to give me power, to follow like with me, to follow the journey. And I remember just getting stronger, and then new good things started to happen with me. And I wasn't expecting to happen, you know. I was just following my craft, like training,
Your
getting
passion,
ready, my
yeah.
passion. Like I was, I don't know what's next. Like
Right.
I don't know what's next. I know what I want, but I
Right.
don't know what's gonna happen next. But I'm gonna keep moving forward, you know, like positive with my people that wanna be with me, that wanna share this journey with me. And I just remember like a lot of doors opened to me at that moment. When he passed away, my mind just clicked even more. Like and then I start to learn more about things, and that's when Bruce Lee came. I started to know more about like reading books, starting to understand things, you know.
Right. Was
like
there a
the
book
philosophy.
that was there a book that you in that period that you remember standing out?
I remember because I remember like a book that I was reading. I think a lot of them, maybe b-boys, they relate to that book. Is like the Sun Tzu, the Art of War.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I
it's a
was
big
really
one.
focused about battling, and then I read some other like spiritual books, and
That one makes so much sense.
yeah,
That's so cool.
Yeah, and then that's when things started to happen with me. And
Yeah.
then 19, I was battling. I started to travel again, in like Europe, go international battles and stuff. And then I got the call for Cirque Soleil.
They just fucking called you.
No, this is long story short,
like,
guys.
oh.
Like this is what happened. I have this friend of mine, Marco De Santi. He's one of the rollerbladers in the show.
Okay.
You
In the
know,
show Love. Yeah.
the
Yep.
Help.
Yep. Yeah. Yes.
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 And then I met this guy in 2013. I met this guy that he used to work in Sao Paulo. He used to work here at Love in Las Vegas. And yeah, he just met me in Sao Paulo. We were doing like a job together. And then he saw me training. I was like, yo, there's a guy that he's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, because he just came back from the show. So I was like, oh, he's a rollerblader, but he's also breaking now. He's dancing. So I would love him to see you. And they're gonna go on vacation on Dark, the show there, and then he's coming to Sao Paulo. I wanna link you and him together. I was like, oh, let's of course.
Yeah.
And then I remember that he came to the training room, to the training the gym that I used to practice. And then I met him, we talked, and we practiced together. And he was like, whoa, kid, you gotta, man, you gotta leave Brazil. Like you need to show your talent, like more. You gotta like show up. Like
Yeah.
I wanna help you. And then yeah, that's when like I met him, and then he came back to Vegas, and this was like 3 years later. He contacted me,
Oh wow.
like, cause I met him like 2013.
Yeah.
And so like 3-4 years later,
Wow.
he contacted me saying like, hey, the guy at the show that is also a b-boy he's leaving. So can you send me all your material? Can you send all your footage so I can, let's try. Let's see if if they like you. You never know. And then I just remember like I always been very organized with all my stuff, videos. I had promos. I had like all the things that I've been part of, like
Listen, you were very
competitions. Or very organized.
That's
very
cool.
organized. Like I wasn't waiting for anything to happen, so I was like already
You were
ready.
fucking prepared.
I was ready. If
Yeah.
something show, oh look, we need you for this type of job. Oh, here we are. This is what I've done. These are all my videos. And then I just sent it to him, and I guess he put the material on the right table. and that's
And the
how
rest
it
is
happened.
history.
and the rest is history. And I got the call.
Yeah, tell me about when you got the call. Like, what happened?
I remember that I was supposed to go to China. Like the day and I remember I was supposed to go there to do a job, and at the same day a lot of things happened that day. Like I went to take, I don't know, they needed like an injection, like I needed an injection
to go to China. Yeah.
And that day I did that because I was about to travel. And then I went downtown, like where I live, there's in the neighborhood, there's a downtown where they have all the shops and stuff. And then I remember being in the shop, and I was already kind of talking to them. Like they wanted to know more about me. But that day, that's when I received the call. So I remember like my phone ringing, and then my phone was, it was, you know, those ones that
The fucking
they're
old
really
school.
old school ones. And it was like 2014.
Yeah.
You know, and I had I had no money. I had nothing.
Oh, man.
And then I remember like unknown calling, like someone calling me, like 000. I was like,
Yeah.
and I completely forgot about the conversations with them and stuff.
Well, how long was the
process? It was like a 2 months process.
Got it. Okay.
But then I was, they want to talk to me and stuff, but it's nothing is right, you know, nothing's set.
Yeah.
And then I received the call, and I was like, okay. I answered. It was all like a bad call, like really bad, like connection. I was like, that's so weird, and called me again. And I was with my mom inside of the store, and she's trying all the clothes and stuff. And I was like, Mom, someone is calling me. It's really weird. I never seen those numbers. Must be someone, you know. I was okay. So I remember that when I got home, I went to check my email, and then it was out there like, oh, we would like to have call you. Would you be available in 40 minutes? I was there. I'm gonna be available. So I sat on the table. All my parents, they were out there. My parents and my sister. And then they called me. And then, of course, I was speaking English, so my parents, they couldn't understand what was going on. And I remember being really cold, you know? Like when I received the call, it was like a Skype call.
Uh-huh.
And then, they just told me like everything. They said that I got the job, that the dates that I would start, the fittings, everything. And
Damn.
I was just with a paper taking notes, and I wasn't showing any expression. Like like
So
I was
your family
my
doesn't know
family
what's
was just
going
like,
on?
what is he saying? Like it's like, I don't know what's going on. And then I just remember like turning off the computer and looking at them and just like, yes.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
it.
How did
I made
they
it.
like? How did they feel? How did it?
Yeah, of course it was a big achievement. Of course, we knew that everything would change for us, for me, that I would be moving, I wouldn't be living with them.
So that
which
was
is
hard.
the hardest
fuck.
part. Like, and I was like, okay, new chapter of my life that came with super like organic, like was natural.
Yeah.
It just came like knock on my door.
Yeah.
And thankful to Marco and kind of an angel, you know, that was out there for me. And he didn't even knew me, you know. And then I came here to Vegas with with Cirque, the contract already.
Yeah.
Many things happened before Cirque. Marco wanted to help me before Cirque. He wanted me to come here and do an audition for Cirque. This was before Cirque Soleil even I got the contract. So he was willing to help me, like paying my ticket so I could come to Vegas. So that's why I say like he was like an angel, you know. Really good spirit that was helping me. And I tried the visa to US 4 months before I got the contract with Cirque, and I wasn't even thinking about Cirque. I was thinking about trying Cirque, about like doing an audition for Cirque.
Yeah.
And then I went to get my visa, and then they denied me because I was only 19 years old. I had no car. I had nothing I had no house.
Right.
I wasn't studying at the time.
Right.
They asked all of those questions for you. They asked like,
Yeah.
what's your job? And I told them, but it wasn't enough, so I got denied. But I remember the day I got denied, when I turned my back from the interview room, the kiosk. I just remember being grateful and saying thank you God, because I know that you're preparing something bigger. Because it was my dream to come to US, to just, not for Cirque du Soleil, but to come to US and make a living, or just be here, even visit or whatever, just be here. And then I got denied with a tourist visa.
And so when you got
This was 4
denied,
months.
that's interesting. So what, because I feel we're going to connect the dots. So you get denied, and instead of you becoming, discouraged and, just kind of being down, you said, thank you, because I know something bigger is coming.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was 4 months before I got the contract for real.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
and that's
I don't know. That's how I've been through my whole life, being grateful with the we can call bad moments, right?
Or the things that don't work out.
The things that don't work out.
Right.
Like, I was like, okay, I got denied. Life goes on, but I know that there's a reason why I got denied. I always been like that. There is a reason. There's a reason. Like, I've been doing my best. And he's watching me. Like, the universe is watching me. So, like, just watch out. Something's gonna come. Maybe not now.
That's so cool. What you're saying, I live by that.
Mm-hmm.
My whole life has been, I deviated from the path that was set, the easy, this, you get the job, you do the thing, and then you have the and it's like, I just have never felt a connection to that. I took the path where where it's rocks and it's like, it's not paved, Mm-hmm. And so, to do that, to be on this path, it takes a lot of courage, It takes, because you just don't know what's next, but you just know the feeling inside of you. You have a deep purpose, and you trust that it's going to work out. And even when it's not working out, it's working out, because it's just going to get you to that thing, to that bigger. But it's not. I say this to share my process with you, but also because I'm applauding you, I'm commending you, because it's not easy. I know from personal experience. I still live in it every fucking day, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, would you? If you knew everything, it's like, no, this is your story, your masterpiece. You get to create as you go. And yes, like, when it's more scary because it's more uncertain, that also means that there's bigger possibilities. You're not trying to play it safe or small. Fuck that. Let's go for as big as we can go, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that's how I thought at the time, because I was like, okay, like, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. And that's how I've been doing since then. That's when I told you, like, that's when I start to understand more about myself and how things works with my mind and myself.
Yeah.
So I just was like, I just want to be grateful for each moment, the bad ones, the good ones, anything, because I know that it's like it's building like a solid base there for me, to be with the mindset.
Yeah.
So I just kept going, and then 4 months later, and I got the call, and I remember, and that's the first thing that came to my mind. I just remember for like 5 seconds was the whole process of, like, it was yesterday. 4 months is nothing. Even a year, 2 years is nothing.
Right.
It was like, damn, it's yesterday, and look what happened today.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
And I was so happy and so grateful for how it was,
Yeah, for what happened.
And that's when the journey in America it started.
Yeah, some new chapters. So now you get here and you start performing. Did you feel comfortable kind of right away? Or was it like...
Honestly, when I first stepped here, I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
I felt like, whoa, it feels like it's meant to be. I want that's me. That's my style.
Yeah.
The city is my style. I like, even though it's like my style in a way of like, oh, it's the show business, it's it's not the party thing and
No,
everything
no,
like
no.
that, but it's like I feel something good about this city, you know.
There's
And
an
for the
energy
future, my
in
future,
Vegas. I don't drink and I don't
No,
party,
no.
but I'm here all the time. I'm here every month or almost.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's funny because people laugh at me. They're like, and I train. I just train. I take care of myself here because Vegas has so many amazing things.
It's about
If you're
yourself.
It's about
all
yourself.
About
You're right.
yourself. It's
Yeah.
all about your mind, what
Yeah.
you wanted to do.
Right.
Anywhere, any place. If you go and if you wanna go to the bad side of it,
Right.
or let's say like, you can go. You go. You find it. If you wanna go to the good side,
Right.
it's up to you. No one
Right.
is gonna like control you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you wanna go, do
Right.
it. But it's on you.
It's on you.
It's your
Absolutely.
choice. So like that's Vegas. You have many choices. I like the same lifestyle that you have. I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
It's not only because of my job. It's been like that.
It's just who
anywhere.
you are. Yeah. It's your work ethic
So
and
I just love the
what you value.
the energy here in the city.
Yeah.
I love the city.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love it too. Okay, so okay. We're going to kind of not fast forward, but you're here, you start performing, and where does the Red Bull competition, okay. Cuz you just did a competition. You just
Yes.
did this competition.
Yes.
So the fucking competition that you saw on a tape when you were 12 years old that started your whole journey, you competed twice because you did it once.
I did it once
Like it was
last
not,
year.
Yeah. Okay.
But it wasn't the main one. It wasn't the word final one. It was
Okay.
the camp. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Where?
the camp.
Uh-huh.
Because I want to create this there.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, last year it was the camp, the Red Bull camp. It wasn't the word final.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just ended up entering the battle with my crew. I just first I got the time off from Cirque. I asked Cirque if I could go.
Yeah.
At that time I never asked for Cirque for a break. Like, okay, because we have the LOAs. LOAs is when you ask to take some days off.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say you apply like a form and then they see if you can go or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then I applied and then they let me go. I was okay. I'm gonna go to Amsterdam. I'm gonna have my time. See my friends, dance, and also watch the World Final. I always got inspired by it. And then I was okay. So I went there and then we ended up entering this. They had the World Final, which is on Saturday, but before they have the camp. So many battles, showcases is happening. Like, so they have like one-on-one battles. They have like other categories battles. It's like kids, girls battles. So they have all this stuff, and then they had the 3-on-3. So that's when I came in with my crew, and we end up lost in the final. We lost in the final, but I had a really good performance that night. After pretty much like 2 years, not going on to the battle floor, to the dance floor, like just being at Cirque performing.
Yeah.
And I was okay. Let's test it out. It was a challenge for me. I was like, I haven't felt this energy in a long time. Even though I perform with people watching me every night, the battle, b-boy battle situation is a different story. Like when it's on, it's a completely different energy.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to challenge myself and go out there, especially having my two friends with me. It was a good vibe. And then we saw it. We were in the final. Oh, whoa, we're about to win this. Then we lost. But I won again. The loss, like losing, was a victory, because from there everything happened with me, and then I made it to the main one, which is the biggest one-on-one.
What happened from there? Like you
from there, and then I just remember there when I was watching after the 3v3, we call it the 3 against 3, we lost. We went to the World Finals, and I just remember watching the battles that night, and then I just remember like having visions. I was feeling it, and I was in, but like, you know, when it's like there, the guys are out there, but I was feeling like I'm there dancing, I'm listening to the music. I have all this vision. Even though I wasn't on stage, I was having the vision that I was on stage, looking around, and I was seeing people there like screaming, and I was like, damn, I'm in. What a feeling. And then I just watching, and I guess I just sent the message. I was like, I guess it's my time. It's my time to be on that stage, regardless of winning or losing. Just, it's a dream that I always had. It's a dream that that's why I started seeing that competition. So I was like pretty much 11 years later, seeing that in front of me, having that feeling was so special. And I came back to Vegas after and people were talking about a lot, my performance that night. I shared a video and stuff. And I just started preparing, even though for the next year, because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get invited. Like, as a like a how can I express that? As like a normal thought, I was like, I don't know. I don't know, but I know. I haven't anything that it's like said that I'm gonna be there, that I will be the top 16. That I don't know, but like I know. So let me start preparing. And then things is gonna happen naturally, as always being in my life.
I mean, listen, it's so. I'm so moved. So my emotions sometimes get in the way of my words.
No worries.
Because like you said, you had back in Brazil, you had all your videos and you this kind, and you have consistently made sure that when quote unquote luck came around, you were ready to fucking ride on that bus.
Yes.
You weren't like waiting for the bus and then, okay, let me figure it out. You were like, you know what you were? You were fucking always like 5 steps ahead of it. And that is a sign of confidence too. Yeah. It's a sign of trust. Well, yeah, like you said, I didn't know, but I knew. So let me fucking prepare, right? Yeah. That's like you're getting ahead of it, which is so.
And in my mind, I was like, I had the feeling exactly that it would be this year, but like I was like, if not, I don't see that. If not, but like if not, it's gonna be the next, or I'll be there.
Yeah,
there's no doubt. Since when I started, I looked at it. I'll be there.
Yeah.
So that was the power of my mind and the visualization that I used.
I was going to ask
that
you.
It came naturally to me, and then that's when I started to study about it. Remember? And then remember that I told you about the spirituality.
Yes.
And then I started to studying about it, and then with the visualization, I had an experience with myself. It wasn't like, oh, I knew, like, okay, you got to dream about things. I knew about it. Like, oh, if you dream, it will happen, but you got to work hard. But I was like, let me understand where it comes from. And then I started to search documentaries. I started to search books.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm using this without, and I didn't even knew.
Right.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And I'm using it.
Right.
So, and it worked,
Yeah, totally. Well, I do believe that, and I say this a lot in the podcast and just Instagram, I believe that, where we put our mind is where we put our life, where we put our energy is where we grow life. So when I meditate, I sometimes, some thoughts and words come to me. And, when the words came to me one time where she, my higher self, says to me, where are you looking, Rox? Because wherever you're looking, that's where you're going. And in essence, what that really means is the same thing. It's like, we are creators. I believe this. And we attract, but it has to be more than, oh, I would like this to happen, or I really want. No, there's work that comes with it.
A lot of hard work.
Yeah,
a lot of hard work.
A lot of focused work.
Exactly, yeah. A lot of focus, and that's the we call like the secret, right? Like it's when you visualize, and then you know where you're going. Yeah. That's where the magic happens, and you feel inspired, and that's when you're gonna work.
Right.
Because it's just like, it would be kind of an empty thing just to think about, I want to do that. But like, you don't have clearly the image of where and how you want to do that.
Right.
So how would mean the hard work. Like there's no way that I would be invited to such a big thing just sitting on the couch, maybe studying the
No.
battle videos, you know, like
Right.
no, and I think that's was my wild card right there.
Yeah.
Because I it wasn't only like my performance, and I wasn't even this year I haven't been anywhere.
Right. You've been
No,
performing at
I'll
Cirque.
only been
Yeah.
performing. Like
Yeah.
since my performance last year, I haven't been anywhere, and which I think was a huge part of my performance. That later we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But like, it's not about that. I see, like, I made it through hard work behind the scenes. Like a lot of people, like, it's kind of, I call myself like Batman. Like I was working, no one could see me.
Yeah.
And I was working really hard. I was thinking about every detail. I was thinking about the how it would be, and then I started to do the exercises like before going to sleep. Like, how am I feeling there? How's my presence? How's gonna be my moves? What am I doing? Listening to the music. I was really there every day. I was ahead of the time. I was there already, and the next day, let me see what I can do it better from the experience that I had at night sleeping, the visions.
That's so cool.
And it might sound funny, but
no, it sounds powerful to me.
Yeah, it's really great because I talk about it, and I know, and I know that what I did, it wasn't me. Like, it was a situation that happened that I'll tell you, but like,
Yeah.
but I'm really grateful for all this work and all this vision and belief in myself, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why I was there.
Yeah.
That's the secret there. That's why you saw me there. People saw me there.
It's so powerful.
It's not because like, for you to be invited, you gotta be battling like all these guys, like high level every weekend. You search videos on YouTube, there'll be new videos of them like experiencing, like battling.
Yeah.
That's their lifestyle. That's my lifestyle too, but now I'm a performer, you know. That
Yeah.
used to be my lifestyle. And I was really proud of how I made it, you know, and that's the power of visualization.
When I was writing questions that I don't even look at, they just do it to make me feel prepared, you know, and it's fun. I like to think about questions. But I was going to ask you, do you use visualization? And I remember you touching up on it a little bit in one of the videos, you know, because I think it's such an important message. I believe it. So I'm going to actually get you this book as a gift. And I'll either give it, I'm going to get it to you somehow, but
Seriously?
this book was written in the 1800s. So people know The Secret a lot, but The Secret is like somebody who figured out stuff from these books and then found a clever way to market it to our time. But that process, like this book as well. So what I'm showing is As a Man Thinketh and Think and Grow Rich. Like, I travel with these books. This is my baby. Because I believe, and that's, you know, the messages in these books is like, and it makes so much sense to me. I love that there's a science to it. It's not this like, oh, some wild dream. It's like, no, when you go there, and then a lot of Olympians, like, you know, athletes, there's a lot of powerful
High-level
people
athletes, yeah.
absolutely do this. You have to get all your senses
For sure.
engaged in it, right? And, you know, I mean, and it's like a continuous thing, which obviously what I think is so cool is that you're an expression that validates it. Like, you're proof. That's a powerful fucking message.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can be like, oh, what is, you know, it's like magic, or it's like, no, dude, it's a very focused, powerful.
No, we're not joke. I'm not joking. I'm not playing. This is really serious, you know, like, and I'm proof. That's why I said, like, I'm excited I'm excited for my future. I'm excited for everything that is going to happen, because that's why I tell people, be really careful with what you think. Because be careful, like, what you want. If you hate someone, or if you have jealousy, like, we are human beings. We have that. Like, sometimes it's natural. It hits you, but like, how you going to deal with that? Be careful, you know, because it can come around. It can get you later, you know. So that's the power there. We are practicing that all the time. We're doing that all the time.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Like, let's spread good thing. Let's stay inspired, and let's try to inspire others too, you know, because
Right.
others, they're inspiring me. But and also I know that I'm inspiring people, but you are inspiring me here right now.
Yeah.
And we keep going, creating this good energy, you know. And it's real. It happens.
It totally is. Yeah, it's exciting. You want to know a funny story really quick?
Of course. I love it. I love it.
Are you ready?
Because it's like related to that. Like,
yeah, it's really related. Okay, so I lived in France at one point in my life. I was going to school, an artistic academy for makeup, and I didn't have a gym. And I need to move, right? I'm an athlete. I need to move, but I had a really big living room, so I would put music on, and I would dance. I love dancing. FYI, I've never been formally trained, but I could fucking move. Like, it's in my blood. I'm Persian. Like, belly dance. I don't know where the fucking comes from, but it's just I know how to. Yeah, exactly. So it's one of my favorite workouts. So anyways, I'm dancing, and I'm not even necessarily like a big, or wasn't at the time a big Justin Timberlake fan necessarily, but he has some shit that, like, he has some music that sounds pretty incredible, and so I'm not kidding, this was constant. I would create this music video in my mind with his song. I can't think of it right now, or maybe I'm too shy. Anyways, it'll come to me during the conversation. And I would be one of his dancers. Like, this is so funny. I'm sharing this right now. Okay, ready? But it's so fucking perfect with everything. So I was just like dance, like one of his dancers in my mind, and just Justin, and like it was like me and some other girl. Now, one of my good friends, very long time good friend, has been the sound engineer for the Black Eyed Peas from the beginning. And they rolled into town, and they were on tour with Justin Timberlake. Yo, I'm not even kidding. Like, hold on. Like, this shit is like, and I didn't even like connect those dots at the time. I mean, this is a long time ago. This is when he was dating Cameron Diaz. It was a long time ago. Yo, so my homie Dave hits me up. He's like, let's hang out. Let's, after the show, we'll do whatever. So I get together, and I take, it's me and Dave, and we're like, what are we going to do? I hit up some of my friends in Paris, like, hey, I got Black Eyed Peas. Like, where are we going right now? And they're like, oh, come to this club, whatever. And so, we actually took Justin's vans. It was really funny. From one place to the club. We get to this club, and I had never been there before. And it was going off, like good energy in the club, like going off, people, music, and we're walking around. And then my friend Dave, he goes, oh, I hear that. I think Justin's here. Like, what? That would be so funny if you made this whole thing happen, whatever. I'm like, oh, well, whatever. I'm just walking around enjoying myself. And now we're on the dance floor. And so Fergie just like, I think she had just got into the crew, Black Eyed Peas. Yo, this is like a fucking movie in my head. So we're dancing, will.i.am, like we're in the, what is it called? The circle, but how do you call it?
Cypher.
So we're in the fucking cypher, and all of a sudden, this is why it's like a movie. This sick, like dark, but like super, I don't know, the beat to this hip hop track just comes on, and the lights do something with, like, they dim, and then this light comes on, and all of a sudden, fucking J to the motherfucking T slides in the circle, and he's right in front of me. Listen.
Oh my God.
I'm just like, what's happening right now? And I don't care. Listen, I work with celebrity. Like, it's obviously not that. It's like, hold up. Is this my music video about to happen?
Oh, so you did you think, like, quickly, like, oh my gosh, it's happening?
Because you got to understand, like, that was a continuous form of exercise for me, like, in that period, every fucking morning, before I'd go to school and shit. And so I'm like, and I wish that I can say I had the guts to perform like I did in my head, but I didn't. I just let Justin do the thing.
But it happened.
But yeah, I'm in a fucking, like, what? And I'm in Paris. Like, where What is happening right now?
You
It just
imagine.
shows. It's like, I mean, it proves like, do not underestimate the possibilities of what can happen ever. What you can create.
Anything is possible.
Totally.
Everything is possible.
It's so crazy.
It's crazy. And now I'm like, whoa.
Whoa.
With her story, I'm like, whoa.
Isn't it cool? And you know
Yeah.
what's so cool? And I'm sure that this for you, I imagine that when you have enough of these experiences, some are small, some are bigger, but all of them mean that you had a vision and you created the vision. You didn't know how, you didn't know when, you didn't deal with that shit. You just kept thinking about the vision, and then the vision happens. And that's got to make you feel more confident when there's uncertainty and you're just like, man, I know what I'm capable of. Like, I know how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also through this, I just something extra out there. Like I really, I always wanted to help my family through that. So, and it's also one more thing that it came, now I'm able to help them and through what I do, and at the time, a lot of people, they didn't believe. Like, I've been through some stuff in school, and like, oh, like he's cleaning the floor, or he's like,
You were?
Like, no, like with my back and stuff, with what I do. Like my let's say I was doing like we call like the windmill. I'm spinning on my back.
Oh yeah.
And then they were like, oh, he's cleaning the floor and stuff like that. It's I understand, like, you don't see that's gonna be a career,
Right.
But like, as I said, like, I believed, so that's all you need.
Right.
That's all I needed at the time. You gotta believe in yourself. And I was like, no, one day I'm gonna help my family. I'm gonna live my life the way I always wanted, doing this.
Yeah.
So
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for what's to come from you.
Yeah.
So so this competition, so you made it, you're on stage. Let's go there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens? So you do all this training, you've got your strength and conditioning you take this shit serious in a beautiful way, in a very reverent way. There's a lot of respect, and I love that so much. So now you're there. What happens?
Okay, so we had all this preparation. Everything. I thought about every detail. And I went on stage. I remember being like super calm. I was super calm. Like, I knew what I was going to do. It was like a 3-round. It was me against him, against the guy. He was from Japan. And it's 3 rounds. So I knew in my head, from all the work that I've been doing, my mental, like, training, my mind work, everything started, and I was like, it's exactly how I thought, and even better. I was like, I'm home. Like, this is where I'm meant to be. And then everything started. He came, did his stuff, and then I went in, did my stuff. I thought I did pretty good. It was a really good round for me, that one. Well, and it's special too, because it was my first time, like I'm here. It was first time showing like my skills and stuff. So I did my first, was really good. And then that was the first battle of the night, the opening. And then he came again, did his stuff. So when I was going in again for my second round, I was supposed to do this flip, like a back with one leg flip.
Okay.
And I do like 4 in a row, like back.
Damn.
Like back flips with one leg. I did that. I felt my shoe like loose. I felt my shoe loose. Like, I couldn't feel my foot. I couldn't feel anything.
Right.
So I tried first one. I'm going to the second one, and I wasn't feeling my legs. And then when I went to the second one, I went on the floor. I went down on the floor really badly. But I was like, not badly, like I didn't, but I was weird, and then I was and I felt my foot like got hurt. When I slide on my knee to keep going, my shoe came off like completely, and then he went there, grabbed my shoe, played with the shoe. He's right, it's part of the game, like he saw, here's the shoe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I tried to keep going with socks, like
right,
with one leg, like the foot, like socks, and
because there's no time to stop and fix anything. You gotta just keep going.
I couldn't execute what I what I practiced, like what I wanted to do. And then my foot got hurt. I couldn't, for the third round, I couldn't like pretty much think. And then you can see the image if you watch it or not, but you can see me like grabbing, getting the shoe, putting on, but like my spirit, let's say I was like a gorilla. You saw me like Caesar there, the Caesar spirit. But and then after everything that happened, it was meant to be. I felt like something like, stay there, you made it, but like this is what's gonna be now. Just get better, get ready, and you'll come back, but not this time. You stay where you are. Get this experience, like see what you can learn from it, and come back stronger. This is the message that later I realized that what it was. I was trying to understand what it was, because all the expectations and even with myself, but it wasn't how I wanted, and but now I'm really glad that happened to me, honestly.
Why?
Because it made me a better human being.
In what way?
In a way that I can, now I kind of know. First of all, now I know how it is to step there on that stage, which is huge, like the whole planet's watching live and everywhere is around a big arena. And just as a human being, like to of course I had the vision, I had the visualization of me being there. I was there, I made it, but also sometimes it's not the way we want it, and it's something higher than you. That's how it's gonna be. That night that was supposed to happen with me. So now I believe that I'm maybe a better human being because I'm more motivated. I'm inspired to come back there. Not only there, but like in general in life, and try to do my best, because I remember trying my best and I failed, I tried my best in everything, behind the scenes, out there, and I went down, but I wasn't, to me, I didn't go down.
Right.
I went up, because now I came back to training. I'm really inspired. I want to come back. I will be back.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why I tell people like fail is the best thing that could ever happen to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Losing, I've lost many times in my life in my b-bar career. I've lost, and I came back and I did it. I won all the things that I wanted to win. Like back then, even in the small competitions, I was, I did bad. Mm-hmm. Let me make it better next time. Let me see maybe what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
Maybe it was something wrong in my training. Like, I don't know. And then you kind of get into this like self.
Yeah, inquisitive. You're
like aware, maybe aware,
self-aware
of yourself.
More self-awareness.
Right. Like maybe study more, like maybe know more about yourself. Like,
right.
And it's not an excuse. I know that I wasn't battling like for a full year. Like since I know that, but that wasn't an excuse for me to for everything that happened. I believe it's something bigger.
Yeah.
But I will be back.
Yeah, so I feel like when we are more self-aware, then or it's like this path, like more self-awareness leads to more self-discovery. And when we're in this state of self-awareness and self-discovery, then we're able to self-create, right?
For sure.
And that's so fun.
For sure.
So it's like this experience, we were talking earlier and I said that I would rather know the success of failing than know the success of not trying.
Sure.
And everyone that has done great things, has accomplished or is still accomplishing great things, has tasted failure.
For sure.
Like, fuck, there's no way around it,
Yeah. And that was it was a huge, because first of all, as I said, I wasn't out there like in competing or battling. Like no one saw me like before the battle for a full year. So like was all, as I said, all the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
But like, this is it, this is, I'm proud of how I took the challenge of this huge challenge. As for me, is one of my biggest challenges, like being invited and just like putting myself in that position of like, okay, all these guys, they're like let's say the top 16, it's out in front of me, like all these guys, they're high level, the best, one of the best around, and I'm here like I'm not experienced all these things, but like I'm here. I did my best to face these guys, and let's see what's gonna happen. And it was the way it was.
Yeah. That's cool though. I
I'm
love that you appreciate and you're
yeah,
proud
I
of
really
yourself,
appreciate
man.
being there. I really appreciate like everyone involved and that helped me.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just
And here's the best part. It keeps going.
it keeps going.
There's no
Going.
period at the
It
end of
keeps
the
going.
sentence.
I'm
There's
not
a
gonna
comma.
lie, I was devastated. I was devastated.
Let it out.
Like,
No.
I was devastated.
I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah,
This is like you're 12 years old. This is your moment.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
yeah. And
it's
also,
human.
like, it was a huge dream of like
Yeah.
Okada's dream was his biggest dream to make it to the world stage, and then yeah, it was a lot of like personal things going on with me out there, but that it doesn't matter, I made it, so now it's just time to just live life,
Yeah.
keep motivated,
Yeah.
keep doing. That's just a moment, and
Right.
and I'm sure that we'll come back. And
Yeah.
life-
I mean,
life
if
is
you want
beautiful.
it to, life is
Life
beautiful.
is beautiful. Life is beautiful.
I believe that you'll be back if you want it to. I mean, maybe you'll be like, actually, that was good enough, and then that would be great too. But I believe that if I mean, I think it's obvious now when you decide something that you want something, and
Yeah.
you're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, but as you said, like as a human being, like we were talking before,
Yeah.
you were saying like, oh, you gotta feel those things. As I said, I was like, oh, the word like devastated. I was like, I didn't watch the full thing because usually you lose and then you go and you watch and whatever. But like it's just because it was a personal thing to me, and then I felt a lot of people gave me support there. Like, damn, it was really hard for me. Like the first 3 hours, 4 hours, that night was really hard for me. But like, as I said, I'm a human being, I feel things. So I just let it out,
Yes.
so I can clean myself. And then later I think about it. Mm-hmm. It's like an issue, like something bad's happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
Then later you like realize, okay, let me think with clear mind.
Less emotion and more analogy, more logic. Like you're
Exactly.
breaking it down
Breaking
from a
down.
less emotional place.
Yeah.
You're looking at it very kind of objectively, like, okay, what happened? Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah, that's really powerful. Because like, imagine if I kept feeling what I was feeling like when that happened like that. But maybe I wouldn't be talking to you here right now. Maybe I would be like somewhere depressed just because
Right.
of a moment that I prepared so much. But like, no, like this is just a challenge. It's something that new that you went through, and page turned. Like we learned from it. Life goes on.
Well, so to me, I want to ask you what your idea of a champion is. But before I even ask you that, to me, this is the mindset of a champion. Absolutely. Like,
Sure.
yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, because I to be a champion for me is like in the everyday life. Like it's how you deal with like the failure, how you deal with even happiness, how you deal with that. Like you gotta be aware of what you're gonna do, and what you want. What's my purpose, like. Imagine if I was the champion now. Like I see myself as the champion all the time, 24/7. Like I was telling people, like the bell was with me all the time, and it is with me all the time. So like I gotta live the lifestyle of like, but it is with me, but I see that it's not with me. I worked as it's not with me,
Okay.
and it's not. Or it's never been, but it is because I know that I will be.
I understand that. Yeah. So it's like the not part is what keeps you
Yeah.
hungry, motivated, your work ethic to be going. But
That's
it
the
is.
consequence, like the
Right.
belt, like a UFC champion. It's
Yeah.
the consequence of the hard work, and he is the champion. The material is there.
Yeah.
The belt is there, and
Yeah.
you look at it, like, all my hard work. But like I already know of how of my hard work in the everyday behind the scenes. So like that's when I say like it's not in like in a cocky way that I don't want people to
No.
get it wrong. It's like how I keep myself motivated. It's like thinking that okay, I am a champion.
Yes.
But like I don't want to think that I'm the champion because every day I want to work hard. It's like it reminds me. I want to feel like I'm the beginning.
You respect and love the process.
Exactly.
And the fucking process is everything.
Totally. So I try to think that I'm like I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Like every day I don't know anything. Let me do my training. Let me learn this step by step, and I think that's the true champion, you know.
Absolutely. You stay in such an open space.
Yeah.
So you can constantly learn and absorb and
Yeah.
grow.
Of course,
But
it's
you're
great.
doing it with a purpose.
Of course, it's great. Like, oh, he's talking about this, about that, but like he wanted to be. Of course, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Like, who's there? Like, who doesn't?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
you know, like I wanted to, but like I'm already. I just have this mindset.
Yeah.
Of like, that's how I get inspired every day. This is how it pushes me to the limits. Like, because again, if I don't do this, I won't be ready later.
Right.
I won't be later for the big moment.
Right.
So like, it's how you deal with yourself today that it's gonna set you to the where you want to go.
Absolutely.
You know. So
yeah,
this is how I think.
I love it. I'm all about it. Shit. Okay. One thing I want to ask you, well, there's a lot of things I want to ask you, but one, thank you. I know you got to perform tonight. I can't wait to go see the show again now that I've connected with you. I watched a video, and Sam, our mutual friend who made this happen, who I'm so grateful for, she was telling me, and then I saw it on the video, how you were like, you went to some science lab, some shit where like they're hooking you up on your muscles because they want to study the way that your muscles move. You do some move. She was talking about it. I forget what it's called, but you're like on.
Is it the air chair head?
Yeah. What is that? And like, can you talk about that whole experience for a second? That's so crazy.
I didn't create it though. Like, it's not my move. Like,
but it's not an easy.
I could say that it's kind of like I mastered that. Like, I can do it in a really good way.
Okay.
So it's like a pretty much bounce from my arm to my head in one arm. So like, and I keep bouncing, and it's like this like arm head.
I think I saw it in one of your videos.
Yeah. So that's the move. That's how it is.
And what happened when? So what was that whole thing where they?
Oh, with the lab thing, it was we wanted to do a research like with my like how the muscles they react when I perform like when I execute certain movements. So we had a list. We had a list of moves, like maybe 5-6 moves that I do, and I had this really small platform that I needed to execute the move on the top of the platform. On it, and then from there, actually in a week from now I'll have the results. So they basically studying like the like my motion, how the muscle reacts, like how, let's say, explodes, like the mechanics.
Right.
How's the force? How's the force when I do like a front flip or when I jump on one arm? So from that, with that data, we can create a better training plan to keep myself healthy.
So that's for Cirque? Is that?
No. That's not related to Cirque. This is
really?
Ridge, the like my coach at Cirque, the strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah.
So he set that up. It's not like a Cirque related.
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, cool.
It's with UNLV here in Las Vegas. Yes. So all the PhDs, teachers, they're studying. They were there with me.
Was that cool for you?
Yeah, it was. I guess it's something new, you know, for us like b-boys and.
Yeah.
For dancing to understand it's crazy because like think about it, like I jump in one arm, so they were checking the force, how it is. They have numbers like how high I go, how I produce that, where that power comes from.
Yeah.
And it's great. I think they've done with like gymnastics, they've done it with like basketball players.
Yeah.
And I think it's the first time we have this research with a b-boy.
That's so rad. I want to see those results. That
I'll
was so
bring
cool.
it to you. I'll send it to you.
So cool.
I'm excited to share it too.
That's a cool experience, and I think that will be helpful to understand.
Yeah.
What is a typical day of, like, you're going to work in a couple hours to go perform?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you do to prepare, like, outside of your training that would, like, outside of the physical? Is there any mind stuff that you do, or is it just kind of like you're just in it, you just go and you're
no, the mind thing as a that I use is a lot like the visualization thing.
And do you use it like every day though when you perform, or are you just kind of
I right now, like, I've been more like we call it the experience, but I've been using new tools that I never used before, that it's been helping me, like these exercises, like let's say we have so like a lot of vocabulary as b-boys, like we need to have a lot of vocabulary, a lot of different moves, a lot of different transitions. So that's why I do this mind work to let's say like a choreography, because b-boys, like we say, oh, we have sets, right? So we know, like you battle against me, right? Let's say, and then I know what I'm gonna do it, I know the moves that I'm gonna throw it, but at the same time there's the music. So with the music, you gotta connect your move to the music.
Wow, yeah.
So you gotta, like, it's that's what move us. So there's like a freestyle out there that you do, like you don't know what to expect kind of from yourself either, because sometimes all the music, something's gonna drop in the music,
right?
And you gotta hit a movement that it's gonna
yeah.
It's like break boy, the b-boy, like break boy, the boy that dances like within the rhythm of the music.
You're kind of illustrating the music.
Exactly. Like a painting, you know, but like there is like something that it's guiding me, which is the music that makes me move, you know. So I've been doing all this mental work. Mainly now it's my focus now, because now it makes me feel more confident, it makes me feel more relaxed. My anxiety like goes down. So it's like a meditation, you know. I have my meditation that I do it, that it's empty mind. I try to work on that, which is,
do you do that every
easy.
day, or
I do every night before I go to sleep.
Do you ever have you ever tried it in the morning?
This morning actually I did.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do you
I wanted to try in the morning.
Yeah, I tend to meditate, well, sometimes at night, but really it's the morning. And I think for me it's because it's like I'm priming my mind. I have a blank canvas. The day is a blank canvas, right? And I'm the artist. And I know that my mind
kind of can create whatever.
My mind is going to direct the painting, you know?
Sure.
So I love, and nothing has happened yet for the most part, right? And I wake up really early. So I haven't made so many decisions. Traffic hasn't, happened, whatever. So I feel like I have a stronger ability to get that deep connection and prime my mind. And I mean, people who know me, don't fuck with Roxy. Like the first couple hours, I don't look, no phone, I don't care, no text, like nothing. It's me first, and then the world. Yes. And it works, because then I feel much more composed, more focused. I have, purpose and direction in my day. Yes. And it's interesting how what really happens for me, and this is also through writing, meditation and writing, is that self-awareness that we were talking about. I have become so self-aware through these modalities, to that the great example, and I've expressed this on my podcast before, but an easy example is traffic, right? So you're sitting in traffic, someone cuts you off, or it's irritating or whatever. And I might, back in the day, I would be like, fuck, and that would there'd be several minutes of that action. Yeah. And now, if somebody does something, there's a good chance I might still be like, fuck, right? But the minute I feel myself in that mode, it's like I'm watching myself the whole time, right? And it's not where I want to be. It's not, I want to be, when I'm in meditation, that state is that's my highest state. And that's where I want to be expressing myself throughout the day. And so when that happens, because of meditation, all this stuff, the period of time of reaction, and impact on my emotions is like nothing now. I might be like, yo, have my moment, because I'm human, but it's not going to stick to me. No clinging, gone. So it's, Yeah, you
know what I tried that it's great? I try to see myself, an example from the outside.
Yes.
Like, let's say we're talking here, I try to see myself, I'm watching myself from there.
Totally.
So in a situation like that, when you become more aware and conscious about maybe something bad is happening, but you're so connected to yourself that you don't let anger or something bad
take
words
over
or whatever
you.
take over you.
Right.
That's exactly how you react. That's
right.
how you deal with the situation really in a good way, the way it's
Right.
supposed to be, you know,
In a composed way.
and even the person will feel that,
Yeah,
the person
totally.
next to you, maybe you did something wrong, or like the person doesn't matter, like it's how you deal, how you
Respond.
communicate
Yeah,
with each
totally.
other, so that's the respect out there too,
Yeah, that's awesome. I love
yeah.
that.
But you respect yourself first, and then that's
Absolutely.
why you will end up respecting people.
Yeah, totally. And I just don't like the idea that anything can really shake me. I love emotional resiliency. And, to be more emotional and resilient, I think you also have to be very self aware and have that connection. And you can just maneuver through life so much more powerfully, because life is coming at us and it's going to fuck with us at times. Everything is just information, right? Like, this is my theory, or how I like to put it. Everything is just information. What separates humans is how we respond to the information. That's it.
It's like the Rocky Balboa, like the
Oh, my fucking hero! You're
like,
dropping all the
yeah,
names.
like after BC1, I was watching all the Rocky Balboa.
Rocky is still my hero to
Because it was
this
bringing
day.
me, see, on my mind, I was like, let me watch good things. Let me watch things that, like, this thing happened to me. I'm like, let me inspire myself back again. So,
That's
like,
so
I want to go back to the Rocky style. I want to
Yeah.
go back to the, like, the hard training.
The
So
fucking training
the hard
montage, like you're
training.
running up the
That's
mountain
what
in
I
Russia.
did. Yeah. But this
So
is the
sad.
Rocky, like, that when he tells his son, like, it's going to beat you up to your knees. And
Yes.
life is like that.
Yeah.
But, like, that's how you're gonna get up and keep moving forward.
It's all
That-
about
that's
how you
the
get
Rocky,
up. Yeah.
like that's how I get inspired a lot by this like Bruce Lee, we said.
Yeah.
All this motivational like movies or philosophies. I try to read books, and that's how I get inspired.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it's because it's natural within you. So it's kind of like, you use it to just strengthen what's already within you.
Yeah. Because you know what it said, like not only like in life in general, I see a lot of people, like especially kids or the new generation of anything, like any area, they quit.
Yeah.
Like they quit what their passion. They quit what they like. I don't know what happens. I'm not here to explain why, but like I don't know. It's just sad. Even like b-boys, many b-boys, they're so talented. They're so like naturally talented. Some of them like they don't even practice, but you can see that how natural it's like. Remember when I told you when I started capoeira, like
Yeah.
that's how I felt too. And then I guess that's how people saw me at the time, being a kid and super natural. Like I teach kids at Cirque. Like I not often now, like I want to go back because I was with all this competition, but like I teach them and I see how talented they are.
Yeah.
How like they evolve so fast, and that's the one of the things that I sometimes I see people, they just don't follow their passion, as I said, and they quit. And
Right.
then I think later might be like a not a bad thing. It's just like I don't like to say the word bad. Just something that you might regret later,
Yeah. That was the word I was
like
thinking.
because now
regret.
it's easy it's easy for me to try to get away from my loss or something that bad had
Right.
happened to me. But like
Right.
that's how you're gonna like
Well, you make it a part of your process. You appreciate it. You embrace it. You don't
Yeah.
separate it. You don't look at it as, oh, now I can't.
Yeah.
You're like this. You know what it is? I've written this before. Sometimes failures or these kind of scenarios, things not working out, whatever we want to call it, all of it. A challenge even. It could be a boulder, a rock on the road that some people can think is like, oh shit, there's no way around this. And others look at it and go, oh, it's a fucking stepping stone.
Stepping, yeah.
It's a fucking stepping stone to not only what I want to create and achieve and, have whatever, all of it, but really it's a stepping stone that brings me to a higher expression of myself, right? Like I love that. So all the things that I want to accomplish in my life at this point, let's just say the next 5 years.
Yes.
It's one part the things that drive me every day, right? But it's equally who I need to become in order to actually have done everything. It's attractive to me. I'm like, it's my fire every single day. It's so cool.
It's like, as I said, it's beautiful. Now you have all these possibilities and you have the freedom
Yeah.
to to make your choices and where you want to go. And
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it.
Okay. So I could talk to you forever, obviously.
Me too.
Thinking of, I know, we're like,
Me too. I mean, I still got time. But
well, I want to ask you a little bit about your, like, as far as like diet, nutrition, how does that influence you? Are you particular? Because some people
it's a
like,
new thing.
Yeah, okay,
It's a new thing.
Okay,
Since like I always, I would say that I consider that I eat really good for my age and what I do. Like,
Right.
because sometimes you just like
age is important. That's
yeah,
true.
Yeah, because you like because you like you don't care.
Right, you don't.
A lot of kids or they don't care.
Right. Well, and especially when
I'm
you're
20. Oh, I'm 19. I'm young. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But like, I am starting to think about like longevity. So like, especially what we do, like especially what I do is
Yeah.
with my job, my body. Yeah, I it's a new thing. Definitely like nutrition. It's I like Nicole. It's actually Reed's wife.
Okay.
My coach's wife. That she's my nutritionist, and
That's awesome.
she's been helping me. So yeah, yesterday I was watching some documentaries. I've been reading books. So I want to understand more about like food and
Cool. I can help you with that because I'm a
Please.
geek about all of it.
Please.
Everybody knows that about me.
I've been like learning and I wanted to learn more.
It's so fun, man, because it's really simple to me. It's actually very logical.
It
It's
is
like,
simple.
Well, what the fuck? It's like we're a system of systems. What we put in or not put
It's a
in.
car. It's an
It's a
engine.
car,
If
totally.
you don't put oil, the right oil.
The right oil, the right gas, like the
Yeah.
whole. If you're not doing the servicing,
Yeah.
it's you can keep going,
You can keep going.
but then all of a sudden you're gonna something's gonna happen. You're stuck on the side of the road. That's the thing that's so interesting. Like people, and especially like, you know, your body. You're very physically fit. You're. You know, I think a lot of times people who, even just from an external perspective, like your aesthetic, if you're not overweight, like you look good
Yes.
and you're able to do your thing, it's like, and you're eating your fucking whatever, it's, you know, you get away with it. You're not, it's like, who cares? I could do whatever I want, which is true in some ways, but I think, so one I'm really in love with is cellular health. So, you know, it's this idea of, I want to keep my cells, my internals, just as like healthy and robust for as long as I can, because I really believe that like the concept of aging is fucking old the way that we know it, you know?
Yes.
And so I want to keep pushing it out. And listen, diet is a huge part of that, you know? So, and this is something that I, you know, Black Belt Beauty, I always am talking about this, but like for me, everything is about my performance, right? I want to perform at the fucking highest level in my life. And for me, and I know the difference. Like I didn't grow up on organic food, you know. I grew up eating American food, and I'm 40 years old. I know the difference, man. Just even in like positivity, like
For
how it
sure.
affects your emotions.
It's your mood out there, everything. You know?
Yeah.
It's people. Some people they might not believe, but it is.
Well, and
Sometimes you feel in certain type of way. It's because of that. It's
Right.
what you're eating.
Yeah.
Your actions. What you've been doing.
Yeah. Well, I love that you are getting into it because I think
Yeah.
it's fun, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish that a lot of like I guess it's changing. A lot of people is trying to.
There's more awareness.
There's more awareness
Yes.
now, and people are trying. I guess
Yeah.
not a lot. Like I don't know much,
No,
but
it's
I've
true.
seen people
There's
that
more
they change it a lot.
Yeah.
They change it, and they're super happy now. And I'm already an athlete. Like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
With the Cirque performance and stuff, like as I said, right now I could be eating anything I wanted and then just performing. I was like, okay, it's all good.
Right.
But like now, what
Yeah.
about later?
Yeah, exactly.
What about later?
Yeah.
So I want to take care of myself and
That's cool.
yeah.
What do you do for recovery?
Recovery. Well,
Do
my
you
body-
recover? You have to.
Yeah, my body like it's so rough. It's rough like the movements and stuff. But like yeah, I just like with my food, the way I eat. Now I change it. I've been feeling
Better?
a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take few like supplements. I'm not a big fan of supplements,
Yeah.
but like she's been helping me with a few supplements and also just relax too, you know. Like
Yeah,
I just go home. I like to do a lot of like hot tub.
You do?
And I stretch too. Like
Have you ever done like cryotherapy or ice bath or anything like that?
Yeah, I've done that, but it's not part of my like routine.
Yeah.
I kind of like I go with the flow, kind of with my recovery,
Yeah.
which I think will change from now on. Like
Mm-hmm.
I as I'm learning more things
Yeah.
and being more aware. But like I do massage like
Yeah.
often.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's important.
That's
Yeah,
really
sauna
important.
too.
Like full body sauna. Yeah.
Sauna is so fucking good for you,
So
man.
good.
And people, like a lot of people, oh, it's detox. It's like, no,
No,
it's doing
just-
some
yeah.
way gnarlier
Yeah.
shit.
Just make sure that you keep hydrated because
Yeah.
you know how it is. Like with sauna, you lose a lot.
Right,
So like
right.
when I do sauna, I just try to keep hydrated because I need to be.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah. Especially here in Vegas,
I know, right?
Yeah,
I know.
super.
I'm always like sucked up and dry over here.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as recovery, it's just like I gotta get better on that.
Yeah. Well, it's a process.
It's a process. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and that's a fun process.
Yeah, it's a fun process. Yeah.
Lots of learning.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna read a few words. This is called rapid fire, and so you're like, what's that? So I want to read a few words, and I just want you to kind of bounce off them, like how they affect you, or what you think of them. Hold on one second. Let me get. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Love.
Family.
Fear.
None.
Joy.
Dance.
Passion.
Life.
Challenge.
Everyday life.
Appreciation.
My talent, I guess.
I love it. Success.
Wow. Success, I would say.
I feel like I can answer for you.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
No, there's no. Listen.
Success. Damn, that's a strong one. Sorry.
You're
Sorry.
fuck. You know what I want to say so
What?
bad, but I don't want to
What?
say it.
Yeah, you can say because now I'm honestly I was doing so good. I'm like
No, you're.
success.
Okay. Well, what I would say, which is this feels illegal. I shouldn't be interrupting, but it's undeniable to me. Like you're living it.
True. Damn. Yeah, but I don't. Yeah. But I kind of answer kind of with every day. So I kind of would
Yeah.
say like
Yeah.
it's success is every day.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
I feel like we were talking about that before we started recording.
Yeah, but it's
and you
just
were
like,
saying like
Man,
you're
honestly,
every
I've never
day.
done this before. That's
Yeah.
why like
No, I know,
Yeah.
and this seems like so intense.
okay.
Like, oh my god,
I like it.
It's fun though, right?
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of okay.
Yeah. Create.
Anything.
Word. All right. We're good. Fuck. Yeah.
I just really liked the create one. My mind came quick like
Yeah.
anything.
That's so.
we
I love
always
it.
creating. We always building, doing the right thing. You know, like creating anything. Anything is creative. You gotta
Yeah.
just put yourself out there and do it.
Just go
Because
for
like
it.
I was like at the time I was going through like some clothing line stuff. I was doing my own jackets.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
this is a side of me that a lot of people don't know. I was
Yeah.
like designing my own stuff, and people would start asking me like, "Where is this from?" And it was mine, and it made me feel really good. And I was like, "Look, I just thought about it and I did it, and people are liking it." So like, this is also, it's not even self-confidence. It's just like you gotta put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You gotta believe in yourself.
Why do you say it's not self-confidence though?
What do you mean?
Because I heard you say you just said you're like it's not even self-confidence. You just got to put yourself out there. But
It's not like no, because I wasn't thinking
Yeah.
about like it was natural. I
Yeah.
just did it and then I went
Right.
out with the jacket. Like I wasn't
Right.
thinking like what if they're gonna like, what
Right.
they're gonna think.
You just
I
went
just
for it.
did it.
Yeah.
And then man, I got many compliments on my jacket. Actually it was like a Cirque themed jacket that I thought about and I created. I went and bought all this stuff. I put it together. And it was nice. It's there at home. And when I
Yeah.
go out, people ask me about it. Where is it
Really?
from? I was like, I created.
That's so fun.
Yeah, so that's the when you don't think, like, just do it. If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, that doesn't matter what people are gonna say.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm excited for because I feel like we're obviously staying in touch, but I'm excited for everything that's coming for you.
For
to
you too.
You, from me. Thank you.
For all of us.
Yeah, no, for sure.
For Earth. For everyone, like worldwide.
Yeah.
I'm excited for everyone. So,
yeah.
But just keep grinding, depend on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You have an incredible mindset, a beautiful heart. They're very connected. I feel that. And so your message, I'm so grateful to have met you and have this conversation with you. I feel like
it's a long one.
They're used to it. How do you get to the good shit in 20 minutes? You know what I mean?
It's true.
Like we're talking about your story, your process. It's like, for me, I think when I started the podcast, I already knew that my conversations with other people were going to be long range because I love the long range. So what? You go to work, you push pause, you get back, you're excited, you got more to listen to. It just comes down to what am I listening to? If it's good, it's like, it's great. So, and I don't like any kind of feeling of rush, if we have the time. And I'm so grateful you shared this time with me. I want to take advantage of it. And of
course.
I feel like
I'm really inspired now too, Like,
yeah.
I know it's a connection out there,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I believe with all my heart that everybody listening to this conversation with you is going to feel fired up, motivated, and inspired because you're walking the walk. Yeah.
Thank you. I hope I did good with my English.
No, accents are great. I think they're beautiful.
Nah, the Brazilian.
This is a worldly podcast. Accent. This is a very worldly I'm a worldly woman.
I hope you guys get the message. Yeah.
I'm sure we got smart people listening. We got everyone who listens to this podcast is interested in turning their best into better.
Yeah. And that's how it should be, that's how I think we're gonna make everything better.
Yeah,
we need that. The world needs that.
Yeah.
My country's going through a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
with politics and
right.
You go social media, everybody's like eating each other because of their opinions and stuff, and it's hard.
Yeah.
So it's not only Brazil; it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Sometimes we try to hide things, but it's out there. So it's important. I appreciate what you're doing to send the message.
Thank you.
And thanks for listening.
Yeah. Well, okay. Can you tell our listeners how they can keep following you and stay tuned into YouTube, Instagram? Where are you at?
Everywhere. I'm everywhere.
I love it.
Instagram is B-Boy Luka, BBOYLUKA, and my Facebook is Lucas Lukas Galante. It's my middle name. Galante, Lucas Galante. And same thing for YouTube. You find me if you search like B-Boy Luka, same as my Instagram username. You find me there.
Awesome. Yeah, all of it's going to be in the show notes.
And don't forget to watch my series.
No,
yes,
absolutely.
Please.
Yeah, no, everything's going to be in there so everybody can stay tuned in. I just
hope you guys
to
enjoy
it.
Yeah. It's fun.
Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah. I can't wait to see more that's coming. So wait, obviously you guys, when you're in Vegas, if you have not, even if you have seen the show, you need to go back now because now you have a connection to one of the incredible performers, and it's gonna feel different. I'm excited. Like I need to go to the show again just to go watch you specifically.
Thank you.
Can't
wait.
Excited.
I can't wait. Can't wait to see you there.
All right, you guys, that's a wrap. I'm gonna feed myself and let this man get to work. So thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode, you guys. If you loved it, please share it on your social. Throw it up on your Instagram stories and tag me. I'm at Black Belt Beauty. I am also at Roxy Look, RoxyLook. I love connecting with you guys. This is a conversation that I want to just continue growing with you guys. So if you feel inspired, to hit me up, do so in that space. I always enjoy hearing from you. If you'd like to support this podcast, you can do so by rating it and reviewing it via iTunes. It's such supportive help, you guys. It really helps the visibility of this podcast. So I appreciate and thank you in advance for doing that. And last but not least, if you are interested in starting your own podcast, or perhaps you already have one and you need help with, editing your audio and the production of it, I cannot recommend my producers enough. Resonate Recordings, you guys, they are the bomb. I rely on them. They are an absolute supportive tool to me and my podcast. So check them out and let them know that Black Belt Beauty sent you. And on that note, you guys, I'm signing off with all my love and always looking forward to catching you on the next.